Happy May Day, my beautiful collective. I hope that this message finds you doing well. Um, I'm recording this May 1st, uh, and it's a general collective for whomever um, for the week of May 2nd to the 8th. Um, yeah, happy May. Anything you need to know about the channel is down in the description box. I am taking a couple months off, at least a month, from doing private readings so I can catch up on some things and get my spring cleaning finished, stuff like that. But I appreciate everyone who has scheduled personal readings with me. And to those who have not received theirs yet, they are the last of them. The last 3 are being sent out today. So, and then we're all caught up. All right. So I meditated on the energy for the upcoming week. For the collective, and I'm using the Brady Tarot. Excuse me. The first card that came out, you got a lot of earth energy. Because the first 4 cards that came out, actually, we've got the 10 of roots, and in this deck, roots are pentacles, earth energy. So we've got the 10 of roots, the 2 of roots, the mother or the queen of roots, and the 8 of roots. So I feel like you are starting this week off or this month off feeling really grounded, feeling really wealthy in happiness, wealthy in what it is you have to give others, to offer others, wealthy of spirit, wealthy in joy, wealthy with choice, and wealthy with creativity, finding a way to strike that balance, finding a way to make smart choices. That are going to garner you the best results. The outcome that you want, the things that you've been working toward. I feel like you've been going about things in a very balanced way, and that's really good to see. Balanced how? I'm feeling like you've been putting in just as much effort as much as you've been putting in room for some serious self-care and self-love, which, I'm always spouting off about on this channel, waffling on about, but it's crucial in order for any of us to grow forward, grow in the relationships that we're in, grow in our careers, grow in our healing. Yeah, we can't give all that we want to give, and we can't even give sometimes what we think we are giving if we're not taking that time to heal and love ourselves. And if you're not there yet, you know, just keep working at it. Keep recognizing all of your good qualities. Recognize the light, the unique light that you bring forward into the world. As I said that, my eyes were pulled to that star. The mother of roots, always taking care of others, always making sure that you hold space for others. And you have the ability to do so because of this equilibrium spoken about in the Two of Roots. This order, this balance that you've been able to strike. So starting off the week really strong. And then the fourth Earth energy card that we have is the Eight of Roots, which in this deck speaks strongly of discipline. But Eight of Pence, that ability to master what it is that you've been working so hard at learning, growing from, achieving, whatever. There's a strong sense of moving toward mastery through the discipline, self-discipline that you've shown. Or you may be being asked to show a bit more discipline in order to make it to exactly where you want to be, not just close to where you want to be. With the Chariot, we see a magpie. I believe that that's a magpie. Steering this chariot. This chariot that's holding all of the elements. We've got the feathers, the roots, the horns, which are cups. This deck's fairly new to me, so I'm noticing different things. But anyway, about the magpie. Magpies are like their cousins, really. Their cousins being crows and ravens. Are clever, very, very clever and willful, but not necessarily good at long-term solutions. So if the chariot driver can overcome his pride at holding everything together and see the will as a first step to dealing with issues, then something strong and long-lasting might emerge from a chaotic situation. So that feels like a message to a few of you. But with all the elements being present, they are contained. a strong will holds everything together, but ultimately doesn't know how to resolve them into a long-standing structure. Yeah, that's the message I'm getting. Um, there's a quality of something very hastily put together. Uh, and where the chariot is traditionally about strong will, perhaps we might say that this magpie guides it through willpower. The curtain is reminiscent of the high priestess. Yeah, so there's holding different aspects of life together through force of personality and focused will. Um, it can suggest a precarious balance for some, dealing with problems in the moment rather than resolving them. And could speak of a journey for someone. Someone could be taking a journey. I spent a little longer on this card because it's one of two major arcana. The second major arcana here is the sun. And I'm noticing things about the sun card too. One of the first things I'm noticing is that the Rider-Waite Smith version of the card shows a single infant riding a horse. And I believe the older Martial tradition, however, depicts two children. Yeah, often in the garden holding hands. So I feel this card is kind of drawing on the older version, showing a male goldfinch on the right, courting a female. The two of them perched on the sunflower stem. Goldfinches are really perfect for this card, with its sense of emerging joy. I feel like things are just going up and up for you. Now we're going to get to the subconscious and conscious feelings here. But with the sun card, the goldfinches are among the first birds of springtime. Their colors become more vividly yellow, more sun-like as the days get longer and warmer. And sunflowers, too, obviously, show the sun's power with their turning their flowers throughout the course of the day to soak up maximum light and warmth. So I think this card is telling you to just follow happiness and joy, to join with others, and to join with nature itself, rather than hold yourself apart or separate. The geometric form, or forms rather, within the sun resemble the center of the star card. So because I just took note of that, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, or could have Aquarius in your chart. But they also suggest the atom, the sun, any star really, is a kind of atomic furnace. If we were close to it, we'd burn up in an instant. But part of the miracle of life is that we are exactly positioned to receive the sun's benefits, neither too close nor too far. So just as the moon can represent instinct, the sun can symbolize rationality. Light dispels anxieties and things that seem fearful in dim shadows. Now become simple. If the moon is the amygdala, then the sun is the frontal cortex, right? The rational thinking part of the brain, not the part that is reactive. Energy in the conscious mind. We've got the lovers and the oracle card. I drew two, one for the conscious, one for the subconscious. In spring, very fitting, is the oracle card that came out with the lovers. So I do feel like, there is a coming together, there is a uniting. There's a lot of beauty in your life right now that you're taking note of and recognizing and feeling so appreciative of. But subconsciously, I am feeling a bit of worry, a bit of anxiety, a bit of, for some, maybe like a feeling of imposter syndrome. And some of you could be going through depression. To any going through depression, talk to someone. It really helps. And take some time to heal, to really feel what it is you've been going through, and to give yourself the proper time to heal from it. And the energy in the subconscious is the moon. So those mysterious feelings, those feelings that need a bit of the sun's energy to dispel some of the shadows, to offer you more clarity. So this is something, like I said, that's in the subconscious. These are worries that creep into the mind. These are going to bed feeling fine, and then next thing you know, you're having nightmares. Perhaps when things are going really good in your life, you worry about how long it's going to last. When is the next shoe going to drop? That kind of thing. So I would just say to really keep living life by loving those around you, by loving yourself. Like I said, recognizing yourself for that bright star that you are. And I would also say, for some of you, don't be afraid to stay open to love. Allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to love. All right. Let me quickly grab you a spirit animal oracle. We'll see if that has... Ooh. We have the orderly owl. Okay. So this is solitary watcher of the night. Give me a sacred vision in the moonlight. Okay, wow. So that perfectly goes along with this needing to see something more clearly, maybe to dispel some of the anxiety, some of the worry, anguish for some, a need to heal. But the owl is very much about mastery, what we spoke of here. Very much about logic, discernment. Um, the owl sees all. It's very observant. It's got a head that twists almost all the way around. It's got like superhuman hearing. Superpowered hearing is what I meant to say. So yeah, call on the spirit of the owl before you go to bed at night. Even if you want to repeat this 3 times to yourself before you go to bed, before you go to sleep. Solitary watcher of the night, give me a sacred vision in the moonlight. Your dreams, or nightmares rather, may begin to shift, and the subconscious may begin to get on board with the conscious. Enjoy some of that springtime feel, as opposed to this feeling of uncertainty and this feeling of emotion. There's an emotional component to this as well. So like I said, for any and all of those of you who need healing, make sure that you take the time to heal, and make sure that you're being easy on yourself, and that you're loving and being forgiving of yourself. All of us are our own, strongest critics, and we're harder on ourselves than we are on perfect strangers. So we're less forgiving of ourselves than we are almost anyone, most of us. So just remember that part of healing and part of self-care is making sure that you're speaking more kindly to yourself, that you're steering that inner dialogue. You're behind the controls here. But with Orderly Owl on your side, you're steering toward a lot of beauty, a lot of beautiful things to soak up this spring. I mean, spring is the time of renewal and birth. It's when everything begins to come alive again from its winter slumber. The smells, textures, colors reemerge to create stirrings of energy within our physical selves. So there is drive for new beginnings, and opportunities for new fertile moments. So don't be afraid to get out there and get your peace. Get what it is you deserve. Set aside your fears. And get what it is that you're more than deserving of. Alright, I hope these messages helped. If they did, please give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate you guys, all of you. I love you for watching, spending some time with me. And until we get the chance to spend a little more time together. It's been a pleasure as always. Take great care of yourselves. Take care of those around you. And I'll see you again back here soon. All right. Bye, my friends. Happy May.